Hello, everybody. You know what's up. If you've been watching any of these long monster videos, you know I got another one here. Lots of knives. And man, it's a lot of work. Going through my stuff. I am not the most organized guy in the world. Trust me on that. And finding these things, getting them all together, um, putting them on the table, and then putting them away afterwards. Oh man, it's a lot of work. Also, running down my my phone battery sometimes. That was kind of crazy. Anyway, it's all working out. I've done 99 knives so far. I got about 115 more to do. So I'm trying. I figured I might be able to finish it all before Blade Show if I do a video every day until Blade Show. I might even have to do two on one day. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Life's kind of crazy right now. Getting ready for the Blade Show. I was away one weekend, then we had Memorial Day weekend, and then I'm going again next weekend for Blade Show, and so work backs up on me, and I've been working like crazy trying to keep up with everything that during the time I'm missing doesn't get done. So yeah, I'm running around like a chicken with its head cut off, but all these knives are getting me hyped and ready for Blade Show. It's very much a good time going back and going through all of these knives. So many cool ones. So here we are. We are at the next batch. Our price range now would be 75 up to $90. We haven't even broken 100 yet, and we're not quite halfway through, but almost. After this video, we'll be more than halfway through. So yeah, here we go. Starting with the $76 Kershaw Federalist. That's this guy here. Now this one is not a slip joint. Well, some people might consider it a slip joint because it doesn't lock, but it's more of a double detent in my mind. It's fine, whatever you want to call it. There is no clip on it. Drops in the pocket, or I'll put it in a little pocket organizer from Kershaw. And this Kershaw is USA made, so that's kind of cool. The blade steel on it is CPM 154 or 154 CPM, I guess, or CPM 154 CM. I don't know. Anyhow, I should know, right? Micarta handles. Oh, it's this great micarta. It feels a lot like a Kaiser or some of those other ones. It just a really great feel. Good look too. Gets that darkening that goes on when you use it for a while. I was always kind of afraid of double detents. I ended up picking this one up used, and I thought it was pretty cool to get a USA made Kershaw. And it is a full size knife. It hasn't bit me yet, so that's good. It's got a cool little nail nick, just like a slip joint would, and a great blade shape, that clip point. Very nice. Definitely good for carrying in a just pocket dropper or like a pocket organizer. So anyway, first one, Kershaw Federalist, price $76. Next, we're going on to Trevisa. I'm not sure if this is my only Trevisa. I think I have a couple in the collection. I don't remember. But this is cool. This was a little bit of an impulse buy. I forget where I saw it. I thought the price was really good. The price being $77.99. But it also has a very nice Damascus. I have a few Damascus blades, but I've always kind of liked this very light colored Damascus. It's not too much. It's like you get the shininess of a regular satin blade, but then you get like a lighter color across it. It has a pretty cool look. And it does have wood handles. We've been talking about that during this collection, that I do like the wood handles. So yeah, $77.99. Damascus blade. Don't know exactly what steels are in there. Liner lock. Sheep's foot. I guess that's a sheep's foot. You know, it's kind of, I think it's got a little bit of a belly to it. It looks like it curves a little bit. Anyway, Trevisa, cool knife. Had to have it when I saw it. I thought the price was really good. Moving on. Civivi Vision. This one is cool. This is, you know, you got certain knives in your collection that kind of stand out to you. The reason why I wanted this one was because I like these different kind of locks. And this has that, what they call the super lock, which I think is kind of a weird name. But it doesn't really matter what you call it because it works really cool. Similar to a shark lock kind of thing, but instead of just a little piece, it's like this long bar that goes all the way down. This is the Civivi version. I know they had this in a Wii version that I haven't really had a chance to check out. But this price is much better for me. It's got great action. It's got great feel in the hand. I love the blade shape, the way it kind of comes up like that. Kind of shoots footy as well. Let's see what am I actually calling this one? I'm calling it a Wharncliffe, but I don't think it 100%. You know, sometimes I get it like I'll get, you know, Blade HQ will have information on it or some other place. A lot of times I'll just take what they call it. Don't really worry about the name so much. But yeah, it's cool, all blacked out. The blade steel on this guy is the Nitro V. And it is the Vision from Civivi. $78.20 was the price on this one. So way better than the Wii version. I don't remember what it was, but I know it's normally a lot more for Wii knives. And actually, that's probably why I don't have any Wii knives. Not because I am anti-Wii, but because that price seems to be something that's kind of like a wall between me and buying their knives. I don't know why. Anyway, next one we got is from Beg Knives. And this is the only Beg knife I have, but I do plan on checking out their booth at Blade Show. I got this at I think it was Atlanta last year. I think so. And it was kind of towards the end, and I was just kind of trolling around looking for things, and I know that Billy over at Apex Alchemy had shown I think it was the Bodega or the Glimpse. I don't know which one it was. But he's always kind of showing it off, and I kind of dig that design. They got kind of a flair to their own. It's got a hollow grind, nice swedge with the nice grind lines on there. Very cool, very slick handle. That's something that I would definitely say would be better with more texture, because it kind of almost looks like there's texture there, but it's one of these ones that looks it but doesn't feel it. You got a little grip on that the liner lock, because it's got that jimping there, and plenty of access to that. Pretty cool knife. It's got the clip with the little ceramic ball there. It's got this kind of geared back spacer. Got a cool look. I really kind of like it. No jimping on the flipper. Flipper works well. I can't really, maybe I've hit it. Yeah, I hit it sometimes. But it's not something where you can hit that fuller every single time you want to flick it out. Only when you say, I can't do it, and then it works. That's the magic. Anyhow, moving on. Next one is a Kizer. And we're getting up in price, and we're starting to get more of the, you know, you're going to see kind of a progression of more common names that we have, like Kizer. The Kizer, we got a couple of big Kizers, and this is the Shoot Dog XL. Oh, yeah, the girlfriend picked that one up for me. Can't remember what the occasion was. You know, this isn't one that she picked out for me, but she asked me what I wanted. And I'm a sucker for an XL knife. I got a few of them in here. Got another one right here. And yeah, this thing's a beast. It's got carbon fiber with actual, it's not that flat one. It's got texture to it. It's raised up. You see some carbon fiber that kind of looks like this, but has zero, like super slick texture. But this one actually does have texture. This is the flipper tab one. I kind of wish I had the one with a hole so I could flick it, but this was back before they had put those out. But it is a lot of steel. The steel on this is 154 cm. There's a cm. Yep. Sheep's foot blade, carbon fiber, and $79 for this big monster. That's a pretty good deal from Kaiser. You know, they do good quality. The action's great. Clip works well. I don't mind carrying this in the pocket, actually. It's a big knife, but it's not too thick this way, so it doesn't really feel like maybe one of these cold steel knives or something. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, that is the Sheepdog XL, $79. Now we're getting into another off-grid. In the last set, I had one off-grid. Now we got another one. And this is my first one that I ever picked up from them. I bought this from a channel called KC Blade Drip. I don't know if you guys ever remember that one. I love that channel. I was so sad that he kind of fell away from doing the knife content. But anyhow, he was selling this one, and that is a mean-looking clip point. Mean looking clip point. Big old knife. It's an XL. That always perks my ears up. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. Can't get it from the side. Flipper only, but it's just huge. It fills your hand. Very solid. You know, Off-Grid makes some good knives at good prices. This one is $79 as well. And good action, good clip, deep carry. Off-Grid. Cayman XL. I just saw that Scab was doing one Cayman XL. I haven't seen the video yet because I'm behind on his stuff, but he did a Cayman XXL. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Oh, that Cayman XL also has a 14C28N blade and G10 handles. Moving on to probably the biggest one out here, the Cold Steel 4 Max Scout. This thing is a humongous knife. It comes out with authority. It's got stuff that feels like that old skateboard tape when I was a kid. Oh man, those were the days. Southern California, you know, if you didn't surf, you had to skateboard. You know, it's funny because everybody asked me if I surf when they say I was born and raised in California, Southern California. I never surfed too much. I mean, a little bit, just because you almost had to. It's kind of hard to stay away from in Southern California. But skateboarding was more of a thing for me, and this feels like that skateboard tape that we put down, customize our boards. Those were the days. We had the fiberglass boards and the little kicks on them, and I don't know. I haven't skated in a long time, but that was fun times. It used to be one of my main modes of transportation, that and a bike. 4 Max Scout, I'm going to make this one long. As usual, start rambling. We got an OS 10A, made in Taiwan. This one's got that newer cold steel. I just did that video with the 8010, and I think that this is, maybe you can correct me in the comments if that's not the new one, but I think that's the new logo. Anyhow, back lock, tri-head lock, big monster. That closing is kind of interesting sound. Thump. It's almost like it's landing on like a strip of rubber or something. It's very muted. But it's probably because it's such a big blade, they don't want to have anything that's going to do damage because it's all that weight of that blade dropping. Yeah, this one you feel in the pocket. If you're going to carry it, it's got a wide clip, kind of like that 8010 clip. Maybe not quite as wide, but a little bit longer. And you're going to feel it. It's got a lot of weight. Cool knife, though. If you don't mind a big knife, definitely awesome. Moving on. Effingro. This dude is big as well. Not quite as big, but it's the 906. Is this the Effingro 906? Yeah, EF 906. Frame lock, titanium. Let's get over here. titanium handles. You know, I don't know if it's a lower grade titanium, because this, for this much material, $79.99. If I didn't mention it, the Cold Steel 4Max was $79.95. This is $99. It's got 14C28 in steel. This came out after F&Gro supposedly had improved on making sure that their steels are all true to what they say they are. It's just a big old guy. This has a little bit of a green anodize here and a little purple anodize there. But yeah, it's just a gigantic knife. But it is pretty cool. I won this on a giveaway from Apex Alchemy. All right, moving on. Damn Designs. I think this is the first one in my collection videos from Damn Designs. I got a few of them. This is the Hades, and this is the first one that I got from them. Again, very aggressive clip on this one. So we're similar on these two. But I think it's pretty cool. I mean, the tip's a little in question. I wouldn't do any prying with it. But definitely, you know, poke something, that's for sure. It's got good thumb and finger action on the thumb studs. Liner lock, G10 handles that have good texture. Access is good. The clip is definitely deep carry. Yeah, great knife. I like Damn Designs knives. They have that cool pivot that's their own design, which kind of makes them stand out a little bit. They also got this this symbol. There's like a little horned monster, and all their knives are kind of named after mythical creatures. So this is the Hades. Hades in D2, G10 handle, clip point, like I said, and it was $80. Moving on. Tempest Knives. First one from Tempest Knives. I got a few of theirs. His. Casey from Nice Fast. Yeah, I wanted that first one. They did the Mach 51. I had already signed up for it in his Kickstarter. I had my credit card information in there, and then it fell through. I was so bummed. So glad that he jumped back on his feet, and he didn't let that slow him down, and now he is really moving along. I'm waiting for the Fractus to show up. I know there was a little problem from the OEM, so it's delayed, so we'll see when that happens. But yeah, this is a great knife. I got the Casey Blue. Not a real dark blue. It's kind of almost a gray blue, but it's very cool. The slot is long, but man, it's very easy to get to. It even goes up to like almost like a fuller thing up here. But you can easily, I mean, you don't have any other form of deployment, but who needs it when it works as well as this one does. Great blade shape, nice length, good size, thumb ramp. No jimping, that was a big thing he talked about. Obviously no flipper tabs, you don't have to worry about jimping there, but no jimping on the spine of this knife. I don't think it needs it. I think it's great. Great knife. Tempest Pinion. First one that I actually made it out the door for Tempest Knives. Now we're going to a Kaiser. This is the Cormorant. So more of a normal size knife. Little bit, I mean, I would say it's on the low end of a full size knife, maybe a little, but it definitely gets your hand all the way on it. Thumb ramp, jimping up on top here. It's got a button, and the button's got some texture to it. It also has this kind of PlayStation pattern on it. A lot of people don't like that. I thought it was really cool. That kind of actually drew me to the knife. This white with the black over the top, and the PlayStation. Good action. You got front flipper. You got, and I think this is, I mean, this is pretty early in my buying, but this is the first one I remember seeing that had all these different deployment methods. And I always thought that was really cool. Very fidgety. Used to carry this one a lot just for the fidget factor on it. Not quite so much lately. Kind of gets forgotten about, but it's still a cool knife. Excellent hollow grind on the blade. See that there? Very slicey, very nice knife. Comrade from Kaiser. It's got S35V in steel, so that's a little upgrade from the usual 154 CM. It's G10 handles, and we're going to move on. Another Kaiser. This one's a big one, even though it's called Mini. This is the Mini Paragon, and I always thought that was kind of funny until I actually saw what the real Paragon looks like. It's a custom from RS Knife Works. RS Knife Works. He makes a lot of custom knives. The real one is definitely huge, and he does tend to make big ones, but I always love this. The story behind this one was very cool. Blade show, my first Blade show west in Utah. Fu Fam was there, and we had the party beforehand, and I was shopping over there wanting to buy something, and I think now that he's not with Kaiser, I always kind of got worried because he gave me this knife. He said, hey, I want to give you a knife. You pick one out, and this is the one I picked out. But I guess he's not working for him anymore, so we can't get him in trouble. Maybe it's okay. I mean, as far as I was concerned, Vu was the man as far as Kaiser was concerned. And you know, the proof is in the fact that I have more Kaiser knives than I have any other knife. I mean, I was kind of had brand loyalty after that show because he was so good. He had a great after party that was excellent. And I love this knife. It's kind of a narrow handle for such a big blade, but it is got some width to it, so definitely fills the hand, comfortable. Yeah, great knife, fun one. Got good jimping all the way around like Kaiser does. Good thumb ramp on it, and good actions. It's got a pretty stiff detent, so you really got to work on that middle finger flick. As far as the flipper tab, no problem. Okay, let's move on. Tucson, another Tucson. This is another early one because it's only got 2 numbers and not 3. It's a TS49. This was given to me by my son for my birthday or something. I don't remember exactly what the event was, but I do remember I thought that was very cool of him. Tucson, the Tucson. See, you gotta look and see what the name is. 49. It's a frame lock, titanium and carbon fiber. So it's got kind of an overlay of carbon fiber. D2 blade, which was very popular, especially early on in Tucson. They have Tucson. They had a lot of D2 blades, but they've always done well. I've always been pretty happy with their D2. I'm not unhappy with D2 in general, but I think they do a good job. $83. If I didn't say 83 for the Mini Paragon and 83 for the Comrade. The pinion was $81.99. Yeah, I think I was missing out on the $80 for the Hades. I was slacking on my my price tags, but you kind of get where it, because I'm moving up from least expensive to most expensive. O knife. This is one of my favorite O knives. It's the Zilla. This is one of their first ones, and definitely caught my eye because it's a bigger knife. It's similar to the Mini Paragon. It's got kind of that same size. You can see that they're pretty close, and similar shape and everything. I mean, it doesn't have all these crazy features like the Mini Paragon, but it is pretty cool. I don't have the coin here, but it does come with a coin, as all these do. And I collect them, you know, kind of passively, not too actively, but I do have quite a few of those challenge coins. Can't really nail anything on the side. I can't get that flick, but I do. It does have a good flipper tab. G10 handles. As a 154 CM. Again, I think Kaiser was doing their OEMs on this one. No jimping on the flip. Well, it does have a couple jimps. Couple jimps, but nothing to write home to mom about. But it does give me a little, I can feel a little bit of traction from it, so that's good. And that's it. The Zilla O knife. Price is $84.95. Orion. Now this is another one that kind of stands out to me. I've always liked Orion. I had the Cetus on the last one, but this is probably, I only have two, but this is my favorite of the two. Well, I like them both for different reasons, but this one is very fidgety. It's got a button. It doesn't have any grip on the button, and it kind of stands proud, but it just works really well. Great fidget on this one. It doesn't have any kind of, I can get the side flick on this one sometimes, but it does have thumb studs, so that makes it so I got extra deployment types. Good finger choil at the front of it, makes a really good grip. Back here it's a little short, but here is money. Great blade shape, kind of almost like a spear point. What are they calling those? A spear foot. A lot of people call them nowadays, coming up with these new names. 14C28N. Button lock. Don't know if it's spine wax okay. I guess we can give it a shot. I'm not going to do tons because I don't really care that much about that. And the price, $84.99. Moving on. We got Civivi again. This is the Odium. Tiny little knife. This is a little guy. Tiny little knife, but I like the design. It's a little bit hard to deal with in my big old mitts, but I can get it going. I can get that middle finger flick. Got the tiniest of tiny little flipper tabs, but it still works. Thumb, not really. You can kind of slow roll, but that's about it. Back here, your finger's falling off, so we're talking 3-finger, but up here, again, money. Again, got that kind of a drop point. And, again, Damascus. But this one kind of seems to me like more of a regular pattern. Not quite as random as some of the other ones. So I don't know how these are made. The steel call out on this one, it doesn't say. I just call it Damascus. I don't know. But it's got the cool look factor, that's for sure. And it's been a good steel. Stays sharp. Nothing bad about it. This is a 5th pocket for me. I think it's just as wood, but it may be that Caborsha wood, very dark, and it gives a great look. That wood and Damascus together with the blacked out backspacer, all that stuff. Liner lock's good. Not maybe a little hard to get in and access, but I don't really have a big problem with it. Nice knife. Odium. The Odium. I think this is a Ferrum Forged design, if I'm not mistaken. $85. Next. All right, we got a couple from the same company that is exactly the same price. Eutectic. This is a company that Leon Ma uses for his budget line. And these are the two right here. We're going to start with the EFD, Everyday Field Duty. So it's reminiscent of his field duty knife, which I don't have one of, but always liked the way they looked. Never had a chance to really handle one, but yeah, this is I guess similar to it. G10, good grippiness, kind of like the Kubi, type. Really nice. The action, though, I mean, that's the thing with these Eutectic knives, is the action is incredibly good. You get real good fit and finish on this. Also, we got this this top flipper here. Works really well. Very snappy. No flipper tab on this one. All blacked out. Very cool. Eutectic EFD. The steel is 14C28N to get a little more budget, and it's made in Taiwan. Rather than, it's not made at Riot like most of Leon Ma's knives are, or I think all of them. Just this company is making them out of Taiwan to get that price point down. And then the Trinity, also $85. Both of them are. This one's a little more narrow blade. It's got a great forward finger choil, full size handle, pulled back, good jimping up here. I always like, this is the first one that I got from him, and it is a great knife. Great action. You got this jimping up here to push on. Feels great in the hand right there. I never thought that these got the hype that they should have gotten. I mean, this and the EFD, saw a little more of the EFD, but this one I thought was really cool. I like the purple, kind of fun, deep carry. Not much bad to say about it. I mean, it's obviously not the super premium ones. Like this one does have the flipper, and it does have the hole deployment, and it does have that top flipper. So you got a lot of different options here. Finger choil, all these different options. Just a really great knife from Eutectic. $85. And the next one is from Artisan Cutlery. It's called the Cazador. $85.69. This one I had a little hard time finding because I had it misplaced in a different case than it was supposed to be in. Got my Artisan Cutleries all together, and this one was in a different case, but I did manage to find it. It wasn't another lost one like that Dagger Arrow that I talked about. I think it was in the previous set. This has got like a big old humongous eye, like it's some kind of fish or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's cool. I end up buying this one off of Stella from Stella's Knife Obsession, one of her sales. She does quite a few of them. Had a little bit of something I thought on here. I'm not seeing it now, so I guess it's not an issue. But yeah, very much a Wharncliffe knife. Very good point on that guy. You can choke up here, but you kind of have to trigger pull it in order to keep from cutting yourself on that spot there. Decent access to the liner. The micarta is very grippy. Some cool coloring on it. Little blurple, I guess you'd call it. This is more blue. This is more blurple back here. Very cool. Maybe Stella did that anodizing. I don't know. She does a lot of that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's the Cazador from Artisan Cutlery. It's the AR RPM 9 steel, Wharncliffe blade, micarta, and it is $85.69. Moving on. Spyderco. Got another Spyderco. A classic. Delica 4. Delica 4. Yep, I had to pick one up. FRN. I think this is the first FRN that I got from them. Usually I'm getting the G10. But I was really pleasantly surprised. I think it might have been the first backlock as well from them. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten to the point. It took a while to work it in so that I could actually fidget with it. But once I got it, it's working pretty good. You got some serrations on that. I think Spyderco does them very well. Yeah, classic knife. And I do like the grip on their FRN. It feels good in the hand. Doesn't feel, it's not bug out, flimsy feeling. It feels pretty solid. It's got that regular Spyderco clip, but I like the grip. I've talked about that before. Batlock works for me. You might take a while to get used to it. If you want to spend the time, it's not so bad. I know a lot of people aren't too happy about the backlocks. But anyway, great knife, Delica 4. Price on this one is $88.20. It's got VG10 steel. And we're going to move on. Knives of Pain. That's probably one that you haven't heard too much about. That's this guy right here. I'll try to keep the story short. I did a video on this one and its brother, which is in this box. We'll talk about that in a second. This comes as a kit, and you get, and I'll show you what it looks like in this one. So you get a blade that's already cut to shape. We got the Damascus steel. You get these as rectangles. The handles you get to pick out. This was at the Long Beach Blade Show West, the only one that was in Long Beach, and they had table full of these things, so I got to pick it out. And I really like the way the handle material looked. It almost has a bolster feel. Obviously, it's not uniform or anything, being a natural material. But I was able to shape this one to my own hand, and it feels really good. It's kind of an Esmuk design on this fixie, and it's got some really good Damascus. This one came with the sheath. It was just regular leather. I went ahead and stained it, dyed it to that color. I think it turned out really good. I'm super happy with it. I love carrying this one around because I know that I had a part in actually making this knife. This kit was $89.99, and it was really fun to do. So fun, in fact, that, moving on, I got another one. Unfortunately, when I get these things, I'm all excited about it, and then I sit on it for a long time, but I will get around to it. This has got the Purple Heart wood, so that's going to be exciting when it comes all together. This one did not come with a sheath, so I may have to make my own sheath or send it out to somebody to make a sheath. But anyway, that's the blade. You can see what it looks like before you put it together. This one has the holes drilled in it. The other one did not. I had to drill them myself, but this makes it a little bit easier. It comes with little tools like this one actually didn't come with tools. It was the first one that came with the little pieces. I got a piece for the pins that did come with this one, and then a file to work on the wood with. And so you cut pieces, you put the pins in and cut the lengths and all that. So it's kind of fun. It's a little bit like forging your own knife, and a little bit not, because you don't really have to actually do any cutting or hardening or anything like that. But fun project. I just get busy, I get distracted, and I don't get things done, but I will. And we'll have a video on that one when it finally comes together someday. All right. Closing this guy up. I'll put it to the side, and we'll close that up later, because we got to finish this thing up. I'm sure we're already at 37 minutes. All right. Takes like an hour or two to load these things up. Two more knives in the list. This is the $89.99 one from Tucson. It is the TS376-D2. So that tells you what kind of steel it is. I got this more recently, and I did a video on this, so you may have seen it. Very cool. I just really liked that kind of flame anno. I guess, I don't know, I could be wrong on the but I think it's kind of, or maybe a lightning anno. I've heard all kinds of different terms. I'm not an expert. I just have fun with it. That's all. I don't worry about too much about names, because I forget them anyway. Big old blade, big old cool, nice tall flat. Great knife. Got the big hole in it that works really well. The titanium with the anno is a little slick, but it does have this little finger spot here, or you can go up to this front finger spot that works pretty well. Good gripping lanyard. Milled clip works really well. Backspacer all matches up with that whatever kind of anno you want to call it. Some jimping here. Great knife. I really like this one. Good for $89.99, I think, because it's titanium and it is D2 blade. And this is one that I was going to put into my budget Faulkner 5. Didn't realize that the price that I actually had on it was not a full price new. It was like a seconds price, and so it didn't fit into that category because it's actually a $90 knife. But it is M390 steel, and it's Asher knives. It's the Nomad 3.0. This thing has just incredible action. You've got thumb studs. You got a fuller that isn't reliable for me, but thumb studs work great. This Axis style lock really works well. The fit and finish is awesome. The black G10 is great. This clip works extremely well. The way it goes down, you don't feel it in the hand when you're holding it or gripping it tightly, because this doesn't stick up into your hand, but it definitely goes into the pocket really well and has plenty of clearance. Real nice. And the G10 is a little slick, but you still have some texture to it, so it doesn't feel like it's going to slide out of your hand. I'd say that's kind of like a bug out size. And man, this is just the G10. It is just a great knife. Really, really good quality. Asher is everything. I got two from him, because he's pretty much running the show. I think he might have his wife working with him or whatever for some stuff, but I think he does his own thing. They're OEM'd in China, but he gets the parts and puts them together and QCs them and everything, and he does a great job. And his designs are just awesome. So, Asher Knives, Nomad 3, M390 steel. Maybe the first M390, if I can remember correctly, up to this point. It's possible there was another one in there. G10, and again, the price on this one is exactly $90. So that's it, guys. Got through another one. I'm going to try to get them all done by the time I leave for Blade Show early Thursday morning. And I'm going to be scattering some other videos in as I go. I'm going to have a busy week. I hope you are enjoying this. I know I am. More to come, and we're going to get more and more premium knives as we go through. So you guys take it easy, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.